testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Child care providers know that little kids are a big responsibility, and you work hard to do your best for the families who depend on you. But help may be available. If you own or work at a child care program, you may be eligible for Nebraska's School Readiness Tax Credit. Find out if you or your program qualify, because in the work you do for our youngest kids, every dollar counts. Learn more at schoolreadiness.taxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Uncut with former Nebraska baseball pitcher Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to Uncut. We got a fiery Kyle Perry up next to me. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. The former Husker pitcher joins me as always on a chilly Tuesday night. The weather's finally here for the most part. Feels like it. Trees are changing colors and the weather is dipping every night. If you guys want to join in and put a face to the voice, use the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. Kyle Perry, how's it going on
Harrison,
a chilly Tuesday night?
Happy Tuesday to you, brother. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. Yeah, the flannel got busted out today. So that's when you know
hanging on the
the
chair.
flannel hoodie hybrid, classic Midwest closet piece right there.
It really is.
So
I got
yeah,
about five colors.
no, I love it when it's sweater weather. Got that chill in the air. Some good football being played. Some great baseball being played. NBA is coming up. You know, they're in their preseason right now, correct?
Yeah, we got some preseason going on.
So,
I believe the actual start date is somewhere 26. 424645685. They got quite a bit of preseason left.
Yeah, love it. So, I mean, bring it on. We have plenty of sports to look forward to. So, pretty juiced about that, man. Good for your Chicago Bears, Harrison. We touched on it right before we got going here, man. Congratulations, Caleb Williams. He's got it going on, huh?
Yeah, it feels good to talk about it. Someone shout out to Morning Pearson now.
Yeah,
just a big guy. He does not want to give credit to the Bears, but yeah, I'll say this much for like, it's not just like gloss on the Bears the entire time. It's kind of brutal that the NFC North, which is the Packers, the Vikings, Detroit Lions, and the Chicago Bears, like everybody in the NFC North right now is so good. Like the Vikings with Sam Darnold look like they can be serious contenders to go in the Super Bowl, which Sam Darnold, everybody wrote off, and now is becoming the hero of the Vikings. I'm happy to be winning, but it's also just the timing of it's insane. We'll see. Who
saw that coming?
But the NFC North is going to cannibalize each other.
I love it.
I can't believe I picked the Vikings to be towards the bottom, not even close, not even sniffing it, and they're leading the division. The Packers, without Jordan Love for a couple of games, like didn't matter. They found a way to hold on. I think they only dropped one. If not, they won two of them back to back with the backup. And then, of course, the Lions, you knew were going to be good. But the way they beat the Cowboys, it's like, okay, are these guys Super Bowl contenders? Like, someone from the NFC North feels like they're going to head to the Super Bowl this year.
It's great for the sport.
It's great for the sport.
Hey,
probably not going to be the Bears, although I'd love to see it happen. Feels like it's probably going to be the Lions or the Vikings, but it is good time to be a Bears fan. It's good to see the NFC North be dominating, but they're going to start cannibalizing.
Yeah, but that's all right. Look at the Big Ten.
Hey, we talked about it with Ohio State and Oregon. I was a little bit surprised. I've been seeing a lot of the national media want to call Autzen, the Oregon Stadium, the loudest place in college football.
No kidding.
I completely disagree with.
I'd have to talk to my boy Casey Rogers, New York Giant. See what he'd have to say, because I mean he's obviously gotten to play there.
Yeah, transferred.
And he got plenty of games in here in Lincoln. So Memorial Stadium. I don't know if under the Frost era, if it reached its peak level of noise, the decibel level. I mean, I was at the Michigan game where we came so close.
That one was close, right? I think that one.
That was pretty electric. That was the best.
End.
That's the best I've in Frost's tenure that place got. That was pretty electric. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to ask him.
I mean, were you at the Colorado game?
Which one?
This year.
I was going to say when Adrian got twisted up, I was at that one, but
that was unfortunate.
Yeah, that was screwed up, man. That was kind of the turn in that era, since we were talking about that. But
was that 3 years? I think that was 3 years in a row to losing to Colorado.
Man,
which is just I don't care what you say. That's a rival.
Yeah, no doubt.
Gross. You can't be doing
just
that.
a little bit more.
Felt good to have the revenge.
No, I haven't been during the Coach Prime era.
Yeah,
so, but no, what were you going with there?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask to see like that environment. I have a hard time believing that even a place like Oregon, they're definitely a loud stadium, but when I think of Memorial Stadium and I just think of the way it's theater seating, the way that thing's set up, like the noise can't escape.
Yeah,
like it's walled up to a point on every side and it's theater seating, so everybody's just kind of right on top of each other. There's not a lot. I mean, if you've ever sat at Memorial Stadium, you know what I'm talking about. Here's your bench with a number on it, squeeze in and get comfortable. Hopefully it's not too hot or too cold. And then you go to Autzen Stadium, great stadium. Architecture is beautiful.
Yep.
Got nothing against that.
Yeah.
But I just have a hard time seeing a place like that, especially the way it's kind of designed. It feels like that noise can escape. They got some cool decibel numbers, but I got to say consistently, I have a hard time believing it's better than Nebraska, better than Michigan if it's sold out, better than Penn State. USC's cool because it's history, but I'll give it that. It's certainly not a loud place to play. They didn't really seem to give a damn that they're playing number 4 Penn State. The place was pretty empty when they kicked off. But yeah, to put it all the way at number one on some of these posts I'm seeing on Twitter is blowing my mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of Oregon as a potential number one for being loudest in the country, but
makes me a little bit sick having a Pac-12 school do that. What's that look like in the baseball?
Well, hey, they're a Big Ten school now, so it really looks good on the conference.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying though. Like, it would have been great if Ohio State remained the crown. It was like, we're the OG Big Ten.
Yeah,
Welcome in. You can have some fun games. You can win a lot, but like, you're not going to take over year one.
Oh, you're upset that they came in and beat Ohio State?
Yeah, year one, they're the kings of the Big Ten.
And so, so Oregon's quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, he went to OU, correct?
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Where was he at before?
Oklahoma to Oregon to...
Well, he's at Oregon now, so where was
Oregon.
he at?
I'm trying to think of the previous stop for Oklahoma.
Was it a Florida school?
Was it straight to Oklahoma?
I'm not sure. No, I don't know. I thought
where are you
well,
going?
Because he said in the in his press conference after the game, he said he screwed up the lyrics to a Morgan Wallen song, the 98 Braves song, when he said coast to coast instead of close but close.
That's right, UCF.
Okay,
UCF.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
Shout out.
Come on, Harrison.
3 years at UCF.
I pay attention, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would make sense. I was gonna say, I swear there was another one.
That's right, because in the 2021 season, the injury happens. So then we kind of forget about him. But yeah, UCF, 2 years, third year, cut short anyways. Or no, wait, that was COVID. That's what happened.
Okay.
So that's what happened. Everyone that whole COVID era kind of wiped away a lot of memories for everybody. But then, of course, Oklahoma, 2 years there. Looks great. Decides to transfer anyways to Oregon. And now you could definitely say you made the right decision as
Oregon,
look at him go, huh? Number one in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
At least, by the eye test. Indiana's still undefeated in the Big Ten, but you're probably going to be leaning towards Oregon here.
No doubt. But I'm semi there with you. It would kind of suck if Oregon came in right off the rip and kind of shoved it in all our faces. So we need a couple teams. They faced Purdue this week, don't they?
Who we got? Oregon.
Oregon.
I'm pretty sure. Let's find out.
That's a trap game. That's what everyone's saying. So
it used to be, right? West Lafayette was always the
sleepy
they
town.
were
sleepy town.
Good at the upsets. And shout out the text line, Bryce, Husker P, both in there chiming in UCF for me. But yeah, looking at Oregon's schedule here.
Yep.
Are you a big time college football fan?
I love it. I mean, I think it's a great business and it's fun to follow. I mean, there's so much always going on, so it's hard to. I feel like even if you're trying not to pay attention to college football, you couldn't do it.
Oh man, you might be onto something here.
What's up?
It's a Friday night game too.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm telling you,
it's not only I don't know what's more intimidating, a Friday night game at Purdue when Friday games are always kind of weird. Feels like that's when a lot of upsets happen, or a sleepy morning game in West Lafayette.
Yeah,
when the fans aren't really out and excited yet, and it just kind of. You've ever watched Purdue game when it's at Purdue? It's always really gray and dark and gloomy.
Well, I guess you can make a case for a Friday game, but I think a Saturday morning would be tough, especially in a place like West Lafayette, man. Sleepy town.
Yeah, what's that look like in the baseball world?
Dude, it's actually kind of cool. They threw their baseball and softball fields down literally off campus in the middle of the woods. It looks like they just took out a bunch of trees and then slapped them down. But the facilities were great. I mean, actually, like I definitely would put them on the Mount Rushmore of Big Ten schools we got to play at. 100%. The playing surface was top notch. Definitely number 2 to Haymarket.
Alexander Field, not bad.
Yeah, no, shout out Alexander Field.
Right now, it is a nice. I like it too when they. I don't even know what you want to call it, but the press box, you got to nail that part.
Yeah,
if you're gonna have limited buildings on that field, like if that's like the one that's sticking out, there's perfect.
Yeah, they did a good job. That picture makes it look pretty big. It's not that big of a stadium, but it's a good size. It's a good size. But it's really weird. It's just the baseball and softball field are like identical. I don't know what. Yeah, like
I'm seeing it right now.
It's like I mean they're identical. The fences are the same. The scoreboards are the same, and I mean I don't think the grandstand obviously at the softball field isn't all that big, but but still, I mean it's just super funny. They just kind of threw them down. Doesn't it look like they just threw them down in the middle of a forest?
Yeah.
Or out in the countryside?
Kind of does. We talk about that too with baseball fields. That seems to be the origin story.
But hey, no, I love a good scenic view at a ballpark, but no, it's just funny. drive-in is always good at these parks, because you get to see a lot about the university. I remember going to San Diego. You walk through and everybody's sun-kissed walking to class on that first Friday game. Like that happened both times. It's just kind of, in the palm trees, and it's just that's what you remember about going to these places, outside of the actual baseball piece. But yeah, no, Purdue, hats off to them. The Alexander Field, really cool, actually. Great playing surface. Good fans, nice fans.
Yeah, I want to ask you, because we're talking about the noise of the college football world, and when it comes to Big Ten baseball, like, well, give me the fan bases that show up in decent numbers, where consistently there's gonna be a fan base behind you.
Haymarket Park.
Yeah, that's the
hardest
clear
place
one
to play as an opposing fan, and heck, even sometimes as a Husker. I'd say even during the tough times, say you can't find the zone on the mound at Haymarket Park, it's probably tougher to go through that than any opposing park in the Big Ten, to be quite frank. I mean,
I'm not going to disagree.
I mean,
with
no,
you.
it's I think everybody that is played at Haymarket would probably agree, and everyone that's played at Haymarket as a Husker would probably agree. There are definitely times where it seems more imposing to be a Husker than it is sometimes when you're on the road. But I don't know, man. Michigan, they weren't too rowdy. Michigan State can kind of bring it if their students
State's
show up.
big on all their I feel like all their sports, they do a pretty good job supporting.
But their team hasn't been great in baseball.
No, outside of the 1 year.
Yeah,
I think we talked about it not too few shows ago.
That was Ohio State that played us in the championship. If that's what you're talking about. My freshman year, Michigan State, we played them in the Big Ten tournament last year, but we got the best of them. But anyways,
what about the Pac-12 schools heading in? Because that's where I think so many big boys are going to be coming in here.
No
UCLA, USC, Washington, and Oregon.
Oregon's definitely probably going to be taking the cake and toughest place to play outside of Haymarket in the Big Ten. But I don't think the California schools are really going to bring it all that much, quite frankly. I just don't.
Schools in California feel like there's so much going on that it's hard to get them captivated on one thing.
Yeah.
Like that's always kind of the beauty of Nebraska, is how simplistic it is. It's like, hey, there ain't a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
But on Saturdays, there is Husker football going on.
Yeah.
And even Lincoln Stars.
Yeah.
It's USHL. Shout out Coach Rocky Russo. The Stars, they're up to a fantastic
freaking love the Stars, man.
I do too. I always recommend go do a Stars game. Check them out. You're not going to break the bank. Like if you want to take your girl or your guy to a fun date and you don't want to break the bank, they got like $2 beer nights with hot dogs.
No. If you hear about $2 beer nights, that's fake news. That's fake news. No, there's no such thing as $2 beer nights at the Lincoln Stars. No, I'm trying to make sure not everybody shows up so I can get a ticket. That's all. No, there's definitely $2 beer nights, and that's the best freaking night of hockey you'll ever have in your life. I can promise you that.
Well, there's something beautiful about hockey in October too.
Oh, it's beautiful
because it's the weather's starting to chill down a little bit. Let's get in the ice box.
Yeah,
where it's nice and cool,
it's cozy up in the ice.
And when you get to the freezing cold of winter, the ice box starts to feel pretty nice and warm in there compared to what it is on the outside. And ice box is a great spot.
Shout out Rocky Russo and the boys, man. It's always a good time.
Yeah, and were you ever playing hockey? Have you ever wanted to play hockey?
No. I broke my ass the first time I skated, actually, on a family trip. Are you bleeping me out? Sorry about that. My first family trip to Colorado, Boulder Creek or something like that. And we went into the ice rink and I went about 2 feet, fell right on my butt. I didn't actually break it, but it hurt pretty good, right on my tailbone.
You need a few of those falls. I got into it a little bit, not hockey, but just like skating in general.
Yeah.
Real true Nebraska kid out at the cow pond, the frozen cow pond in the winter. We'd set up a little temporary goal on the worst ice you can imagine. Tough place to learn how to skate. But I got as far as doing the crossover and then trying to get the hockey stop. You roll over your ankles enough trying to do that. And you're like, I'm not a skater. And I can live with that. We got Bryce from the text line. Shout out the work you do. He said he bartends the Stars game. $2 nights are the worst. Bryce, you're doing a good service.
Bryce, you're doing the Lord's work, man. Shout out to you, Bryce. Thanks for listening, man. I think it would be easier if they just let you have 6 at a time.
It really would be.
But then,
You got to worry about what that situation looks like, especially if you got a Husker volleyball going across at the same time.
Sure.
Those nights are insane because volleyball at the Bob Devaney, Vanny, and then you got the ice box, and then depending on when those games start and end, if they're both, for the night game for volleyball, which typically always kind of are, it's pretty tough, pretty traffic heavy there. So maybe 6 at a time is
no doubt. Well, I'm just that's.
I know.
If you're not driving, of course. If you're not driving, of course.
Yeah, if you got
because I do believe they're tall boys, so
they are tall.
That'll
boys.
get you just right.
Which we forgot to mention, $2 tall boys.
Right? I guess those don't exist. That's fake news, Harrison. We talked about it.
Well, we talked about the ballparks. Try to find a ballpark that's got $2 beer night. You're not going to.
No, speaking of that, we were just talking the other night, I think about I think it was 10-cent beer night at a major league game, I think in the 70s. I think it's a pretty well-known thing. You'd have to look up the details. But yeah, I swear to you, they had a 10-cent beer night at whatever game it was. And I think you had to get 6 at a time. I'm not even kidding. Or something like that. And I think it was like in the first few innings where they had to call off the game because there was stuff being thrown out on the field. What do you got?
Oh, that's a hell of a deal. So I was looking up. I was like, what is 10 cents in the 70s like compared to today? That's still under $1. That's roughly, you're paying 81 cents for a beer. We're sitting here grinning and cheesing about $2.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting a tall boy for under $1? You got 3 quarters and and a nickel and a penny, and you're there. You get yourself a nice cool beverage.
That's special. Yeah.
I am curious. I wonder what you think about Memorial Stadium, the idea of bringing alcohol there. Then you got obviously the Pinnacle Bank Arena started getting drinks in there. Little hairy at first, trying to figure out the schematics of it, the organization of getting everything together. Because first time doing anything, there's going to be some bumps in the road. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on there. We do get some more texts as well. We got to throw it to break here. We'll read those texts on the other side. We got the former Husker pitcher Kyle Perry. You've got some baseball questions. You want to talk World Series? KP's the guy for it. And I'll fill in the gaps. 402-464-5685. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep things rolling here, right here on Take a Weeknights.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Sartor Hamann Jewelers is celebrating 119 years as Lincoln's top choice for fine jewelry. Join us for our anniversary sale going on now through October 20th. Enjoy an exclusive 20% off on in-stock items, including dazzling diamond jewelry, exquisite rings, and luxury watches. This once-a-year event is our way of saying thank you to the community that has supported us for over a century. Mark your calendars and celebrate this milestone with us by indulging in spectacular savings. Only at Sartor Hamann Jewelers.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
With a wide variety of menu options, including the best prime and Wagyu steaks in Lincoln, if you haven't been to Tavern 180, you're missing out. Try any of their steak options paired with one of their well-known martinis, and this will soon become your favorite date night spot. Call your friends for a casual get-together where steak, shrimp, chicken, and tasty cocktails await your arrival. Tavern 180, located next door to Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you need, advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping. Thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores. Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Back to Uncut with Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in back to Uncut. We got the former Husker, Kyle Perry. We also got Chance Brewington in studio as he's got his show up next. So don't go anywhere. What's Brewing, Chance Brewington? He will go from that 9 to 10 o'clock slot. Kyle Perry, excuse me. Where do you want to go with on this one? You know,
I'm trying to figure out my headset, man.
Yeah, they switch
always
around.
Gets the best of me, man.
Like a Rubik's Cube for
That's
whatever
all right.
reason. But
That's all right.
I'll throw it to you, the host.
Yeah, no, we got a good response by the Guardians here in New York. We got a 3-2 ball game here in the fifth. They loaded them up, and I think only got 2 out of that. So the Yankees still winning 3-2. I just saw a tweet. It was Judge can't come up in the in quotes. Judge can't come up in the big moments. You know, did you see that one?
No, I did not.
And he had guys on first and third with nobody out, and he pops one up in the infield. and then, but hold on, the shortstop just they biffed it. He biffed the pop up, and so the run comes in from third, and but both runners are safe after the play. I mean, it's just crazy, but hilarious tweet there. But yeah, no, competitive ball game, good baseball like we asked for, so can't be mad about anything, man.
Yeah, I mean, does Cleveland got any shot, do you think, in this series right here? I mean,
You know,
they're down
I'd love to
2-3.
see it. I'd love to see it.
I mean, it's certainly not over. We're only at the bottom of the fifth right now, and like KP said, 2-3, but they are down 0-1 in the series already.
Yeah.
Any chance for upset, or is this just kind of repeating what we said yesterday? We're kind of heading into a Yankees and possibly Dodgers. Mets give me a little bit more hope. But.
Well, that's what we fear, as but to see two of the big market teams, that would be obviously for the people that want to see the small market teams be on the brightest stage. That doesn't sit well, but I mean, I think it would be some seriously entertaining ball. So I wouldn't necessarily be mad about it after my Royals made it all the way to the DS. So yeah, bring it on. I just want to see some good ball. I think I said last night, I hope every series goes 7 games. So just hoping for some good ball. That's all.
Absolutely. What do you think out of all the baseball franchises, which one has the most animosity towards it? We spent a lot of time talking about that.
It's got to be the Yankees. The Yankees are the Cowboys of the MLB. That's just how it goes. No doubt that they got the most world championships with 27, I believe.
Biggest bank account.
Yeah, I mean, you got fans, like it's the classic. If you like America's teams, per se, that you like the Cowboys, like the Yankees. It's just, I mean, I know a guy. Shout out Blake if he's daddy's listening. Ball player at UNO, but yeah, he's a Cowboys fan and a Yankees fan, so it's a double whammy.
He's probably a Lakers fan on top of it all.
No, actually, he is. He's a LeBron fan. He's a LeBron fan. So yeah, I think he inherits that for sure, no doubt.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Good call, Harrison.
Those things usually come together. They always pair together. If not Cowboys, maybe 49ers. Speaking of Cowboys, though, I am curious. Obviously, the Dallas Cowboys, you heard us maybe talk about it on Don't Punt Hour if you're still hanging around from us since then. They took a brutal loss to the Detroit Lions. Embarrassing if you're probably Cowboys fan. The last thing you want to see, wasn't even close, on the owner, Jerry Jones's 82nd birthday, as he was alive in attendance. And he hopped on the airwaves on 105.3 The Fan just to do a interview. The questions weren't too nasty, I didn't think. Essentially asking why didn't they make some of the offseason moves? Why did they decide to hold fire? And I want you to listen to this audio. Kyle Perry from the owner. And I just want to get your thoughts because I'm going to take it you haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, and that sucks. It's on his birthday. I haven't heard it, so.
All right, I'm going to play it for you, and I want to get your reaction.
I saw that final score. It can't be that great.
So here's the context. The radio host simply asked a very basic question of why didn't you make off-season moves? Didn't say, anything too mean or anything too crazy. And this is the response from Jerry Jones from getting asked a question like that.
Yeah.
This is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask why.
Job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong.
So that's the owner sounding off on 105.3 radio host there.
Wow.
I think I haven't.
Hey, what an honor, though. Imagine having an owner, come at you like that. I mean,
And I don't know, is it an honor if they're saying, I'm going to get you fired? Get your job taken away?
I mean, come on. You got to ask the hard-hitting questions if you got the owner on the line. I mean, I guess it was his birthday. Cut the guy, some slack, but no, that's fine.
It was past his birthday.
No, I mean, I'm sure that they had a good laugh after that. The radio guy and whoever he's in the booth with, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out. I'm sure he's probably going to be okay. Because
that's not. I feel like you wouldn't. You think DP would pull the plug on you if you asked something like that to Troy Dannon or something?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so it's like, come on.
Well, it's one of those things. It's just
a fair question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I was so surprised by the response from Jerry Jones. It's like, easy, man.
Yeah. It was his birthday. I mean, that was terrible. I did see him running it up. When that game was on, that was tough. Too bad for the Cowboys, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to feel bad.
I mean, that final score was brutal. Aiden Hutchinson, that was pretty tough. So
even though he's a former Michigan alum,
we have been talking about Dan Campbell and those Lions, though. We have been.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about that with like player coaches? Like, what does that add to a roster when you got a guy who's actually done it before?
I mean, I think it's huge when you got a guy that's been in the locker room and and been in the shoes of the players, I think that's huge. Just as a player, getting to, get advice from a guy that's been there, done that. He's intense. He backs it up. He's jacked. I mean, I think he brings a lot to the table, when he's practicing what he's preaching. And I mean, I've heard his Starbucks order. You heard that before?
Oh, it's insane, the amount of caffeine.
It's like 1,200 milligrams of caffeine. So how can you not get behind a guy like that, So that's kind of where I'm at with Dan Campbell. He's talking about biting kneecaps off and bringing that intensity to the football field. And I only played up till, before high school. I got out early, but I get it. That's the intensity. Right, bro? Yeah. So I'm telling you, I'm sure he's an easy guy to play for.
Yeah, and we're seeing that more and more. I think with the Houston Texans in the NFL too, when you get those player coaches and KP coaching in Waverly.
Yeah, well,
you see that kind of respect. Like, do the guys know that you used to be a pitcher for the Nebraska Huskers, or is that something you got to tell the youngins?
Well, I mean, I don't have a whole team to myself. I just only have a few clients,
guys,
for lessons. But I mean, I think I at least let them know enough that I don't just say, "Hey, I'm a former Husker. Listen to me." No, I don't usually tell them about that. But I think at the same time, maybe their parents at home fill them in. I feel like it's really not my place. I just tell them enough to get the point across that I know what I'm talking about, and get the interactions that I respect them and I care about them, to where I'm trying to help you. That just gets, that point gets across to them. So I think that does enough. But if I'll put that in the back of my head if I have to pull the
I'm a former
I
Husker.
played 6 years at Nebraska. I know what I'm talking about, kid. Shut up and listen.
Might work sometimes if you get a real route one.
Yeah. We'll
what
see.
age group are we talking about here?
I'll do. I can.
Or anywhere you got multiple ages?
Like 5 to 18, man. Bring them on.
Okay.
I guess. That's whoever needs them.
What's it like kind of taking over and like taking a different side of that and being in the coaching spot, especially now with the variety? Like some young guys, I wonder what the variety looks like between going from, say, you do got a young buck, he's 10 years old, 13 years old, and then you get a guy who is playing some high school ball and he's solid and he's 17, maybe 18 years old.
Yeah, and I'm giving lessons at the Wave in Waverly, and so Waverly's a pretty tight knit community, and so and it kind of just leaks right into Lincoln, and so I just think it's a great community, and so the kids come in. I haven't had a kid that's come in just disrespectful yet, so it's like it's good because the kids are eager to learn. So that makes the job, 10 times easier, when you have a kid that wants to get better. But yeah, it's, I haven't quite had like a high school kid yet come to me for lessons, and that, that's got to be tough too. Cause I'm sure as a high school kid that, a lot of them probably think that they're, too good for it. They don't need, any more instruction than they're already getting. So I totally get it. And I've been there, I've done that, so, but if I were to get a high school kid that wanted to learn and get better, that'd be a fun little project. But it is tough though, because when they're growing and some kids are growing fast, in high school, and it can be, some kids are growing too fast to where they don't even know how to control their own bodies. So I think that's half the battle with these guys. And I think it's fun though. It's cool to invest in these kids and try to make them better. Just once a week, twice a week, however many times they come in. It's cool.
Yeah, and you'll get at a point too, depending on. It all depends how much you stick with this and how much you keep going with it. But you'll get enough clientele to where like you'll be maybe sitting back one day, whether it's D3, D2, NAI, or D1, or best case scenario, you get a guy who you trained at one point in the MLB.
Yeah,
you do it long enough, you'll have enough like cool stories. To be like, oh yeah,
I hope so. That'd be pretty incredible, actually.
How do you feel about the talent in Nebraska as of late? It's as a guy, he didn't grow up playing baseball. It feels like it's getting better, but what's your take?
I think it's great. And me being biased, I just hope the best players that come out of Nebraska go to Nebraska. But the talent pool in Nebraska is actually pretty incredible. I think I mentioned, even at farther out west, and they'd argue they're not that west, but Grand Island, Kearney, we've touched on those guys a lot. And then obviously Lincoln and Omaha. Just an insane talent pool flowing out of these schools. And
don't forget about the Northeast now.
All right, sorry, Northeast, up there towards the Dakotas, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So there's good baseball everywhere, man, and you want to say that if you're good enough, they're going to find you, and that's with baseball. Like, because a lot of, especially nowadays, kids in small town Nebraska are wanting more exposure, and so they're joining these summer ball teams. And
well, they're starting to see a lot of coalitions where it's like multiple schools thrown together to put together the best possible roster.
No doubt,
competition.
No doubt, and for a lot of those kids, I don't blame them, because you look at a guy like Mike Bovee. He went to UNO out of Hastings, Nebraska. And UNO was his only offer, and I could not freaking believe that. He started all 3 years at UNO, got drafted, I believe, second round as a third baseman to the Brewers, I believe. Just a great kid, first off, and just a ridiculous talent, can hit anybody in the country. Now he's playing at a really high level in pro ball, with a wood bat. It's just like, so I don't blame these kids that want to, maybe if they're from the small towns, wherever they may be, to go on a travel ball team. But I don't think it's always necessary, at least in my case. But I also got recruited before, the college landscape kind of, shifted, if you will. But I just think it's cool. The game is in a really good spot, just overall. So I can't be mad about that. But yeah, the state of Nebraska, I just feel like it's always consistently pumping out great talent. Every year, really.
I think if you go by per capita, I'd imagine we'd sit pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
Like in the football world, you definitely see that. Basketball is probably the weak spot. Took a while to get around. I mean, we just got the damn shot clock. That's one of my grievances.
It's not bad ball, though. Not bad. You're right. You're absolutely right.
The shot clock's insane.
Shot clock is crazy.
You want a way to garner a bunch of bad offensive talent? Don't give them a shot clock and make it so they don't have to make quick decisions or find ways to score on a tight clock. Without the shot clock, you had so many offenses. I mean, if you watch enough state basketball, it'd be sickening at times with some of those without a shot clock.
Sit right past half court, hold the ball like this.
And you don't blame the coach.
Yeah.
Like, we did it. We played the famous Bago
hanging on
boys.
to a lead in a do or die game. Can't blame them. It's
because you remember the Bago boys?
The who?
The Winnebago boys.
Well, yeah. They had that kid that went to
David Wingett.
Yeah, Wingett. There you go.
Yeah,
I always thought it was Wingett.
It was Wingett.
Wingett.
I remember.
I call him a kid, but I think he was older than me.
I mean, he looked bigger. He looked older than all of us. I mean, he was just this towering kid. But anyways,
where'd he end up going?
I think he had some issues. So I can't remember exactly what the first start was. I think he obviously got picked up somewhere, but I think he might have, I don't know the entire story, so I don't want to say for sure.
No, I remember he was going somewhere out of high school.
Yeah, he might have fixed it. It might be a good Google search. I mean, hopefully he found a way to get out there because he was phenomenally talented.
Yeah.
But that's how we played him. All that just to say, when we played him, we tried to chew up clock because we knew we weren't able to compete with the Bago Boys offense.
Sure. Is that what they called them, the Bago Boys?
Yeah, you can watch a documentary on it.
What?
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I'm kidding there.
Small reservation town, and they put together one of the best basketball rosters that class has really ever seen. So, with that being said, we'll throw it to our final break here. KP, I'll ask you, wrap things up. What do you want to talk about on the next segment?
I love talking ball. He ended up at Memphis. I wanted to say he went Memphis to South Dakota State and then to Peru State.
That's right.
But no, I wanted to say Memphis. I just don't want to sound like an idiot.
It's Peru State, south of Lincoln?
I'm not sure. It's in Peru.
I'm sure it is. All right. We'll throw the break here. Don't go anywhere. Uncut with Kyle Perry, the former Husker pitcher.
Early break. Anthony in the mailbag says, good morning, guys. Question for the mailbag. If you were trapped in a 10 foot by 10 foot concrete room with one animal, what is the largest animal you could kill with nothing but your bare hands?
I'd like to think I could whip an ostrich.
Get a hold of his neck. He's going to whip him around. He's going to whip him around.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
When your home fills up with family, Aloe Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Aloe Fiber experts install it all, And full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters. And the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Every home is different. Every family is different. So when it comes to a new heating and cooling system, why not get what fits you best? Get the perfect fit with Bryant. Maybe you need higher efficiency, better humidity control, increased warranty, or all the bells and whistles. Bryant provides options in warranty, brand, comfort, and efficiency while maximizing savings. Call 467-1111 or visit BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through October 15th is $2 off tray packaged ground beef, $2 off hot dogs, 15% off cookbooks, and buy one, get one 50% off on hardcore carnivore seasoning. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in October. Try their brand new caramel apple butter cream cheese or apple coffee cake muffins through their new partnership with local apple orchard, Picnic Hill. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You're listening to Uncut with Kyle Perry on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of Uncut with Kyle Perry. We also got Sarah in here. Sarah, got some news for us. What do you got? What do you got on here these upcoming days here?
Yeah, I've got a pretty exciting next couple of days ahead. Tomorrow we've got Nebraska softball on KRNU2. You can listen to me do play-by-play. Game is at 4 o'clock. And then on Thursday, you can actually watch me do sideline reporting on BTN Plus for the Nebraska soccer game. That's at 7. So pretty excited for these next couple of days. It should be fun.
Who's softball playing? Who's softball playing?
It's just the red-white scrimmage.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Baseball's doing that right now. So, no, that's cool. Sweet.
Absolutely. Check her out. She's going to be part of the ticket here. She might get a show here at some point while I iron all that stuff out. So, again, as she joins the ticket, be sure to check her out as she's calling those games. And, yeah, we got a few more minutes here. Sarah, appreciate it. Nonetheless,
thanks, Sarah.
Check her out. Softball, soccer, as all that stuff starting up, too. Let's get into that exciting point of the year. All right, Kyle Perry. We watched some of your basketball tape.
What'd you think, Harrison?
Not bad. I didn't realize you're that good of a shooter.
Thank you.
Where'd that come from?
Being left-handed. I don't know. A lot of reps, I guess. I don't know. I always like driving to the rack more.
What was the vertical looking like in your
25? Terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
you
Like
got-
I was 6 foot and couldn't dunk. You know how bad that? I mean, I guess it's not that bad when you think about it, but I mean,
when you hit 6 foot mark, it's you got to have a rim grazer package.
Well, I tried once. And I was on a fast break and I jumped high.
Could you get it off
high? It was like one of the, like, if I'm gonna dunk in a game, this is gonna be it. And so I took a power dribble and I went up and I just didn't have it in me, dude. Just like no bunnies, literally just none. But had touch around the rim so I could make shots in the lane without having to rise above everybody. Because I mean, looking back, 25 inches, that's a pretty pathetic vertical. A couple of buddies of mine that they would always, it would bother them when I would go to the lane and I would make a contested layup, in the lane, and they're like, dude, you're not even athletic. Like you have no business you have no business making those layups. So they kind of motivated me to.
It's about the finesse.
Sure.
If you got enough hang time, you don't need all the.
But it's like, yeah. I won't even say I got any hang time. Just
Well, if you got the right
try to
touch.
find it's like finding a spot. You try to find that spot where their hand isn't going to get, and try to play it off the backboard well enough.
Your
sort of
vertical with that vertical, you're going for like distance that you can hang
Sure.
in the air, not
broad
verticality.
jump.
Yeah, because then you can hang on to it and find that right window.
Sure.
Get the right touch on it.
Finger roll from about 5 feet off the ground.
Good shooter though.
Thank
Watching
you.
the tape.
Thank you.
I didn't realize you're going to be a 3-point threat like that. I
Yeah.
thought your game would consist of just kind of, how do I say this without insulting you, KP?
I'm not going to be insulted
All
because
right.
you saw the tape.
And maybe not even insulted. A physical game, like just downhill all the time.
I mean, I'm not that stocky, man. I came into college at $160. Who am I going to bully around?
That is true.
So, but I respect that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm an imposing force in your head. So good, Harrison. But no, I wasn't really bullying anyone around. Just try to be slippery. Oh, off-ball movement also. You got to wear down your defender. Move off the ball. Don't get lazy. Don't just sit in the corner. If that's your role though, that's great. Shout out Drew Gillen. He freaking was an absolute corner specialist.
Just the Claymore in the corner,
dude. Yeah, Drew is a sharpshooter. If you want to see a sharpshooter, you pull up his film. He's freaking good.
kind of like Klay Thompson's game. Where
Yeah, him and Clay, great player comp right there.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, no, you just don't get lazy off the ball. So when you don't have the ball in hand, just run around, find, cut, all that jazz. Just keep the movement. Don't get stagnant. And then next thing you know, your defender's worn out. So you got an open shot or you got an open lane to
That's
drive
always
on.
infuriating.
I
as
love
a-
basketball. It's good stuff.
That always infuriated me as like a center, and not to say I was the great and up and coming prospect, but like basic things. It's like if you feed it inside, like don't just stare.
Yeah.
Like you'll probably get it back if you
Yeah.
move. You see it all the time, especially at like younger levels. And you do see the elite guards. It's like, they're not afraid to like go ahead and dish it inside, waiting for it. Like, because when you do that, like the whole defense, depending on how good the center is, might have to collapse. Then it's back out, and you get a nice wide open three. Now, looking at your tape, team got that. How far did you guys get into the playoffs?
We lost
your best year.
We lost, our senior year. We lost on a buzzer beater to Bellevue West. Chucky
What's your
Hepburn
squad?
and the boys. Yeah, in the second round of state. There's 3 rounds. It's the quarterfinal, semifinal, and the championship.
Yeah, and what was your squad for all the listeners out there?
Millard South.
South.
Millard South Patriots. Tim Lucian and the boys had a great coaching staff at Millard South. Really smart group of coaches. And I mean, they had great game plans for us about every time out. And there were a few bad matchups in the state our senior year. And we had Omaha North transfer Tyrell Carroll. It was like the first time we've ever benefited from the transfer portal in high school.
The quote unquote
But
high school
no,
portal.
we got Ty Carroll, and he's a freaking stud. So shout out Tyrell. But no, he took over the reins at point guard, and he could handle it with the best of them. And we played Omaha Burke one time, and the year previous when I was the point guard, Sharif Mitchell, he was a Creighton Blue Jay, Ohio Bobcat, probably the best on-ball defender I've ever faced. And that guy was, he was locked down, and it was just the most tiring night facing that guy as a point guard. But when we played him our senior year and Tyrell had the ball, it was like that was the one game where I wanted to be stagnant because I just wanted to see them go one-on-one the whole night. That was it. So that was pretty incredible. Just Tyrell was the D1 talent. He ended up going. Geez, did he end up at Missouri Western State?
Yep.
Yeah, is where he ended up at, and and he took off, man. He was a D2 All-American, I believe. So shout out Tyrell, man. He got me open most times. So no, hey, I love talking ball with you, Harrison. We can resume tomorrow night. How about that?
Absolutely. You got an NBA team?
I just hope they all have fun, man. No,
that is a great answer.
Yeah, thank you. I do love watching Steph Curry and the Warriors, though. I mean, that's exciting ball every year, I feel like. But common answer, that's the deal.
All right. Well, I'll try to convert you to the Bulls fan by the end of it. Wish we were better, but we'll try.
Big
Don't
MJ
go
fan,
anywhere.
though. Big MJ fan.
We got Chance Brewington up next, the former Husker tight end, from one former Husker to the next. Well, actually, from one former Husker to the next, because we had DP, Kyle Perry, Chance Brewington. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep things rolling right here on Ticket Weeknights. Hey, farmers, if you